Anna, are you driving?
Yeah, I'm trying to get home and not kill someone.
Tracy's frozen. I'm going to myself. I'm going to mute everybody for a second because I actually don't know how to do that. Let's see. Oh, there's the sound's gone. All right. So I'm super excited to see your faces and connect. I don't really have like a major game plan for tonight. I thought that it would be really good to just kind of connect and see where everybody's at this month and what we can do to kind of help support each other, finish the month strong and head into November feeling good. So I'm going to start quickly with Success Club so far this month. And it looks like, oh, I can't minimize this while I'm recording. It looks like there are 2 of us on the board. So we got to work on this a little bit. But I have 2 points and Liza Beth has 4. So 1 point away from SC Club, girlfriend. You're going to be there. So how's everybody feeling? What's going on? I mean, we've got new babies. Kelsey's got a I'll let Kelsey tend to Ella Bella over there first. Oh, look at her.
She's just crying.
I know, I could hear her.
Oh, I thought I was muted.
You were, but then I unmuted.
Oh.
All right. So who wants to start with how everything's going? What we need help with? You want to start, Tom? My husband wants to start with how everything's going. Liza?
How are things going? I don't know. I'm just moving along with this whole new system kind of thing that I started last month with connecting with people first. Kind of like how Dave did the 5-step invite.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm connecting with them. Like I'll follow them. If they follow me back, I will connect with them, which I always did. But now I will connect with them a week later with something. And then a week later, I will then send an invite. So that's sort of been my process.
How's it working for you?
Good. Like I feel better about, sending them an invite because I'm used to sending cold invites.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it has changed anything as far as, getting people on board. I don't think it has, but it's, it was only 1 month.
I think it's a little bit of a longer process. So it's like everything that you do this month, you'll see next month or the month after.
Yeah.
But I mean, do you feel better about not sending the cold invites? Like, doesn't it feel more sort of organic?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like connecting with the people and building that relationship.
Yeah.
And not to say that I wasn't with others. It's just that a lot of the times, like I'll send out that message after they follow me to just like introduce myself and whatever, and they don't respond back, and
because
then
how many of those do they get a day? Probably a lot.
quite possibly.
Yeah.
And then like tonight, I just from the ones that I had followed last week, I just sent a message to them today. And, it's just like going in there like, oh, I love your lipstick that you're wearing in that picture. Where'd you get it from? And then they respond just like that. Like I have like 10 messages in here.
Yeah. It's so much better doing it that way. That's why I honestly think the 5-3-1 method is like, it's the best. It's more organic. You're not like, I don't think you feel all creepy because you're honestly like looking at their stuff. And if you're going through their page and you don't like anything, you're probably not going to send them a message because they're not your people.
Yeah.
So cool. So you are at 4. Let's set a goal for you for where you want to be for the end of the month.
Well, we did that.
We did, but I don't think everybody heard what your number is.
No, and I don't even remember what my number was.
I do.
Oh.
It was 30.
30, okay.
Yeah. Yep, it was 30. Because I think you had said 24 or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, nope, just go 30. Yeah. Mine was 50, by the way, guys. I'm at a whopping 2. So there's that.
And like these months like are just tough going into the holiday season, especially after Christmas, because everyone's like, who cares? You know, like I feel like that's how it is because Thanksgiving
Hope you froze.
and then it's Christmas. Like let's
Yeah.
start fresh in January, you know?
Yeah. Well, and they are tougher months, but at the same time, it's a numbers game. It's just talking to as many people as you can. So I'm going to be anxious to hear how this method works out for you in the next month or two.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have to keep us posted.
Yeah.
Tracy, I don't know. I can't even unmute her because I think she keeps freezing.
I think she's froze.
She's very frozen in a very glamorous pose. All right, Kelsey, what about you? You're nursing, I'm sorry. Are you okay?
That's fine. Yeah.
How have you been doing? Because you've like really, I love watching your stories.
They're good. I definitely feel like I pretty much have only came back within like the last couple weeks. Like I don't even know what today is. So like maybe like the last 2 weeks or so.
Mm-hmm.
And someone signed like at midnight of September. So I was like, wish that was in October when I was like back actually. But I think I just like went through and started talking to all the people that said no in the past and just kind of phrased it as like, I know, before wasn't a good time, but like I'm coming back now after having a baby and I really would love like the support. Do you like have any interest in joining now, or is now a better time? I had a couple different like wordings that I used for different people. And I mean, surprising, like I feel like going into it with like, oh, I need your support, not like let me give you support.
Yeah.
People actually responded almost to every message, which was kind of awesome because that never happened.
Yeah.
And so, and I mean, some people obviously were still like, oh, not right now, or it's still not a good time, or, no, I've changed my plans or something. But I have a lot of open conversations still going. So I'm hoping that in the next, couple of days, weeks, that they move into like more of, okay, well, are you interested in, joining? And you still get all the, oh, it's too much money, like especially going into the holidays and stuff. Like Liza said, a lot of people are saying, oh, I have to do shopping for kids and I have to, save for that. But I think it just was I didn't feel as forced when I was just like, oh, I need your support rather than like, oh, sign up for something that you didn't even think you needed.
Yeah, for sure. One of the things that with people who say it's they don't have the funds right now, I've been asking them, we can customize something to your budget. So I'm always like, so what's your budget? And I've had so many people say, well, I can do like, $100 a month or something like that. And I was like, oh, a month? Like you don't ever have to do that. Like, I think they think it's way more than it is. So the more you ask them the questions too, because we can customize something. If they don't want a challenge pack right now, that's okay. Like you can get them in with BOD or with whatever, and then introduce the rest later. That doesn't help your success club points, but it at least helps them get a start. So kind of asking them what their budget is, I think is a really good question, because sometimes because they don't know. They really have no idea unless you've already talked prices with them. For the most part, they just don't know. Or even if they do, then you can be like, listen, we can do something that's completely doable for you. I mean, you can do $40 a month or $40 every 3 months, whatever the quarterly is. So definitely having those conversations too, because with the holidays coming up, it's going to get tougher. What are you doing as far as your invite process? Are you just doing colds, or are you like using the 5-3-1 method?
No, like I went through like all of my follower or the people that follow me.
Mhm.
And if I wasn't following them, or even just like, there's so many people that I feel like I've never even seen them that follow me, like tried to go through and find like, a bunch of people that I could go onto their page and like and comment.
Mhm.
And kind of like, it's kind of like I guess a blend of both of them. It's like
Mhm.
to just like go to their page, like, comment, and then send a message just doesn't feel like as, I don't know, it just doesn't feel me. So
Mhm.
I've kind of been doing that, and then I'll go back like a week later and be like, oh, like let's like send something about one of the pictures. And then try to like turn it into a conversation about like, oh, well, do you need an accountability group, or have you ever thought of that or something? So I'm kind of like in that, just commenting on all the pictures.
So when you send that message though about one of the pictures, it generally has nothing to do. Like what I try to do is, it has obviously nothing to do with the challenge group or what we do, but I always ask a question in there. Like this girl today, I think I told you guys, had like these really cool big flowers behind her kid's bed. And I was like, oh my God, where did you get those? I have to get those for my daughter. So, and that's literally that was the whole message. That was it. Because I find that when we start talking about that, then little invites later on just come easier. But yeah, good. As long as you're finding something that works for you, that's awesome. And just keep sharing it with us, because who knows if it resonates with one of us too.
Yeah.
So what are you looking at Success Club wise this month?
Well, right now I have 0.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, truthfully, I would be happy with like 6.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I feel like 6 is my goal. I know that's
So
like
what I would say is double that, go to at least
Mhm.
12, because if you want 6, you're going to work for 6.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If you say 12, you're going to work for 12, and you might only get 6, which is fine. But I would say whatever your number is, just double it.
Okay.
So I'm going to put down 12.
Okay.
Okay. Yay. And I think you're in a really good spot too, Kelsey, because like you are just coming off of having a baby and you were just cleared to start working out. So I feel like it's almost, I don't want to say easier for you, because I don't think that at all, but I think you have more kind of to share about your progress, because you can be like, oh my gosh, I was able to start a week ago, and these are the changes that I'm seeing.
Yeah, that's actually like the post that I was like working on right before this, of like my videos from like today. Like I couldn't do mountain climbers for a full 30 seconds last week. Like this week I could, like those type of little like just even weekly goals are nice. So I do agree in a way that like I just feel like even compared to when I was pregnant and sharing stuff, like it just seems like it's easier to come up with something to talk about instead
Sure.
of being like, oh, I do this every day, so you should start too. Like people, I sometimes felt like they were like, okay, you've done this every day for a year, like it's easy for you, when even though obviously we all know it's not, but they see it as like, well, you already do this. So like, how do you know how it feels
Yes,
to
you
start
already
over?
do this, but you have a toddler and a newborn.
No, I'm saying like before
No.
when I was pregnant, like, so
Oh,
now
yeah.
like I feel like it's easier for me to be like, look, like I don't have my shit together. Like it is hard to do this every day and to find the time.
Yeah. Awesome. Oh my God, I cannot stop staring at her. All right. Tracy, are you able to hear us? I can't unmute you.
Yes.
You
Hear me?
Yeah, I can. I can. It still says, there you go. Can you hear us?
Are we good?
I don't think so. I'm sorry, Tracy. All right, she muted. All right, Anna, it's your turn.
Oh, yay.
You're home.
Yeah, made it. Okay, so I sent out my first round of invites last week and it went terribly. Awesome. Kind of painful, but whatever, learning experience,
Yeah.
gotta roll with it. Definitely an optimist, so I did not think it was going to go that bad, but here we are. So I'm doing David's method
Mhm.
with like a combination of Liza's method, because there's like parts of his method that I think are kind of like weird, and I don't really, they haven't worked for me on the like couple people I have used them on. I definitely do the 5-3-1,
Mhm.
but I kind of scope them out before I like send them a DM about something I like about them, because
No, sure.
I don't like I feels like fake to me. So I'm kind of getting the hang of that,
Mhm.
and like starting that conversation. I definitely always ask questions so they engage with me. Something I'm kind of struggling with, because I do like work as a project manager in oil and gas,
Mhm.
is these people pop back with these excuses, and it's like hard for me to like take myself out of like my normal work environment where I'm able to like be really like straightforward with them and be like, that's just an excuse, like cut the crap,
Yeah.
guys, and let's do it. So like that's something I'm kind of like learning to be like a little bit kinder, I guess, or more understanding about it, because like I mean, I work with like grown men in oil and gas, and they're full of excuses as well. And like we have project timelines, and we got to get stuff done. So
Yeah.
like this is like something like that's a skill I guess I need to learn a little bit more.
But just remember this too. Everybody is different. And if you're the type of person who doesn't accept excuses like in your life, it's okay to also be that type of coach. Like I know coaches who are like, I don't like, you don't want to do it, that's fine. Like they're just a lot harsher. Like people in their challenge groups that don't do the work, they're like, well, what's wrong with you? Like that's the way that they are, and it works for them, and they attract those types of people. So not saying that you have to be super harsh when someone gives you an excuse,
Right.
but it is okay to kind of keep that aspect of you, because that's who you are. So
Right.
you're going to learn as you go along too, like how you're comfortable dealing with those objections. And it's just going to be asking the right questions.
Right. So that's what I'm kind of like navigating right
Yeah.
now, is that whole process. But it's interesting. It's fun. Like I've met a lot of really interesting people on Instagram I
Yeah.
never thought I would. So like that's a win, even
It is
though
a
I've been
win.
losing all week.
But you're not losing because you're learning. Like I can remember, and I'm sure everybody here, like those first invites are gut wrenching. Like I can remember going,
Barely are.
what the fuck am I doing? Oh shoot, babies. Like what am I doing right now? Like this is awful. And my invites were horrible. Like I can't even, like, I don't know why anyone would have ever responded to a single invite I put out there. And I mean, I think we're all there until you find your voice, until you find what's comfortable for you. Like for me, the 5-3-1 method is great, but I do kind of, you interview people. I don't just go to anybody's page and send them a message. Like if there's something that like there was this really cute girl the other day, but she was a total cat lady. Like she had no kids, she was single, and she was surrounded by cats. And I was like, that's not my person. Like you're
Right.
super cute and all, but I have nothing to talk to you about. So I didn't send her anything. So you're right in the fact that you have the right to be a little bit picky when you go through. That's good, because you want to do that, but that method is not for everybody. So you're going to find your voice, and you're going to find what works for you. So just keep trying new things until it feels normal, and just keep inviting. It'll get easier. I promise.
Right. So, I mean, it has gotten easier already.
Yeah.
Something I like about David's method is like his first initial message is like, hey, do you want to join like a group? And I always get like a really awesome response to that. They're like, yeah, totally. It sounds like a blast. I'm like, it is. And then you like bring in like the health aspect of it, and they're like, oh, that's terrible. I don't want to be healthy. So it's like trying to get them to like, they are so like positive at first, and then I just like, I feel like they fall off this cliff.
Well, I don't even know what is his first message.
It's just like, hey, I just want this out there. We're running a group for 30 days, accountability, motivation, support. Would you be interested in something like that?
Okay, so it doesn't say anything about like fitness, health, is nothing.
Right. And that's where his like second part I kind of took out, because it's like they're always like, yeah, sure, what kind of, like, what is it? and then you tell them, well, they ask like what kind of group it is, and his method, you're supposed to ask about their goals, and it's like, but everyone wants to know what the group is, so it's like, how do you ignore that question and be like,
Yeah.
well, what are your goals? It's
Yeah.
just kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, definitely you could tailor that to what people are asking. If that's what people are asking you, you can find a way, I think, to not just say, well, it's a health and fitness group where we work out and eat healthy, like, you know, because it's more than that. It's
Right.
more than that. So you just have to find whatever's comfortable for you in answering that question, because you don't want to dodge the question. They're asking because they want to know.
Right.
So yeah, that'd be something cool to like maybe script it out in our message thread, and we can all sort of try to find something that works.
Okay. I've
So-
also been working on like Instagram stories and posting, like getting more used to. I've always used like that stuff, but like never in like planned fashion, at least not on my personal account. I have like 5 other Instagram accounts I run, like that I do that kind of stuff on, but it's like different when it's your own personal account. So that's kind of been ripping the Band-Aid off that the past like 2 weeks.
So you're finding that it's getting easier?
Yeah. And
Good.
like content is really easy for
Good.
me to like think of and stuff. So
Ooh.
I just need to actually take pictures.
So stockpile pictures. Like I always find if I'm having a good hair day or something, or when I've actually washed my hair, which I haven't in a couple days, and there's like good lighting, this might sound silly, but if you have time, like 5 minutes, put a different pair, like put a couple
Right.
different shirts on and take some really nice pictures outside and just stockpile them so that they're there to use. I used to think that was so silly, and then I started doing it, and when I had nothing, like if it was awful and I just looked like shit or whatever, I was like, oh, I have this really cute picture from the other day. So yeah, just start taking lots of pictures.
And Anna, you're so good with your stories. Like,
Yeah.
so good. Like, she's teaching me how to do stuff.
Like, wait, hold on. Alexa, turn off. Sorry. Like content wise, you mean, Liza, or just like fun things that?
Just everything. I mean, both. And then like, as far as like the video recorder thing, because I never knew how to do that. And Lindsay, you had showed me once and sent it, but you went so fast. Like, I didn't know where you were pulling stuff from.
Yeah.
Anna's little video to me was slow, and so I mean, yeah, it's
Awesome.
Good.
Good.
And I was gonna ask you, since you invited last week, do you plan on doing your follow-up messages? Because I'm sure there's people that haven't even responded.
Yeah, so the table I'm using, like document all this, I have a section that's called follow up or circle back.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm circling back to them a week after the invite date.
Perfect.
So anyone hasn't responded. I only really got 2 like official, like, no, don't bother me with this again kind of answers. Everyone else is like still an ongoing conversation.
Did they actually
just-
say that to you?
Yeah, they're like, no, I'm not really interested in anything like this. Like, I don't want to be contacted about stuff like this. And I was like, okay.
Damn. Okay, bye.
Yeah, I was like, okay,
You're not my type anyway.
carry on with your day.
Hi, Bethany.
I'm driving. This is the worst idea ever.
Just don't pay attention. Don't look at the camera.
I'm
Pay
listening.
attention to where you're going. I'm going to mute you. Don't pay attention to us. I mean, pay attention to us. Just don't look at us. So, Anna, how many there you are. How many Success Club points do we want to get for this month?
I have no idea.
Okay, we want a minimum of 5 to hit Success Club. That's like the minimum.
7.
Okay, so 14.
Okay.
Because we're doubling it.
Okay. Aim high, right?
Yep, aim high. So I'm writing down 14. And the way to kind of look at it, guys, just 2 people. Just 2 people at a time. Just keep doing 2 people. And it's going to mean just more conversations, which I know can seem overwhelming, but like you said, have fun with it. So just have fun with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
Just
I'm going to
what
go
happens.
to, yeah, exactly. I'm going to go to Tracy. I'm going to try to keep this at 45 minutes because ever since we moved, my, for some reason, this doesn't let me do an hour with everybody anymore. So, Tracy, can you hear us? Nope. All right, Bethany.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying.
Please don't worry about looking at us. Just focus on where you're going.
Okay.
So we're just kind of talking about how we're doing this month and where we want to go, where we want to end up.
Okay. I'm doing terribly, and that's fine because I feel like can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I've been struggling personally a bit just to I'm almost in phase 5, and I feel like the 100 days for me has just been a little different. Like I've not been consistent, but I've gone through some things, and I feel like I'm trying to finish strong. So that's kind of become my focus, if I'm being honest. Like I have a couple girls from the upper portion fixed
Mhm.
that I've been checking in with, but I feel like I get some momentum and then I lose it. So really, I'd like to hit Success Club.
Mhm.
Hit Success Club. Like,
Yeah.
at least
So
3 people.
So maybe this is a good time to kind of voice what's going on. I mean, not that you have to go into any detail, but kind of say, I've been on the struggle bus. This is kind of what's been happening mentally, and you can go into as much detail as you want or leave out as much as you want, but kind of just talk to people saying, I've been struggling. I need to finish this strong. And kind of like what Kelsey was saying before. And I know that you weren't on yet, but she was saying, she's been saying, this is where I want to go and I need your help.
Yeah.
I don't know where all this is coming
I'm
from.
going over the mountains, so,
It's okay.
the connection's probably bad. Yeah, I feel like that's been my biggest issue is consistency, like in general.
Mhm.
So that's still my main goal. I feel like I have some good months, and then I drop off the planet.
Yeah.
And which I think is normal, but I think I haven't quite found my groove yet. I do like that thing that you sent us. It was like a Monday post this, Tuesday post this. It felt a little more realistic, but yeah, like I find it's hard on. I don't want this to sound like an excuse, but on Tuesdays and Thursdays I'm working, over 12 hours, so I feel like mentally I need to disconnect from social media. So I'm having a hard time balancing those days.
So a way to fix that, Bethany, would be plan your week on Sundays. Plan your post. Yeah. If you know that Tuesday, what days did you say?
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay, so if you know that on those days you just don't have time and you're consumed and you know that social media is not going to be your focus, plan them, have them ready to go, and you can also talk about that in your posts. These are really hard days for me. But have those planned on Sunday. And so that way you don't have to think about it. And then don't worry about checking in on them. Worry about that on Friday or Saturday. Because consistency is it's key for you personally and it's key for your business. But most importantly, it's key for you.
Yeah, and I need it. I know that I've needed it. And then Summit was great, but then I got really sick almost right away when I got back, and that kind of, I hate to say it, but it took the wind out of my sails a little bit. But it's still the sails are still there.
Yeah.
The wind is still there. I just I need to.
So this is your new season. This is a new season for you.
Yeah.
And it's time, but it's really time to focus on you big time and get back into, because
and I'm feeling it. The new job's been good. It probably sounds worse than it. I mean, it's my stress level. I just see a difference in. It's been good, just all around. So
good.
That's been good. Can you schedule posts ahead of time, on your regular page, or just in the groups?
Not on your regular page. What you can do is save them as a draft. But no. No, because the next time you post, you have to post it. So what I would do is save it in like the note section of your phone, like have your post already done. Save it in the note section of your phone. I think you can even add a picture there if you already have it. But save it in your note section so that it's done. Plan that out on Sundays and it's done for you.
I have my albums. I have my albums labeled in like categories.
Perfect.
So I can take them out as I need to.
So, so you said that you want to hit Success Club this month. What's your number?
Well, I'd like to help 3 people. That would be great.
So we're going to say 12. I'm telling everybody to double what they say.
Okay.
So I'm putting down 12 for you. And the reason being is because, and I heard this from somebody, it was Emily Favre. If you guys don't know her, I think right now, she like went super crazy with her coaching, with her 80-day obsession journey. I think it went viral, like it was nuts. But her coach is Ashley Molstead, who's the #1 person in the company right now. And Ashley was saying that, or Emily was saying that she was noticing that her business after X amount of years really wasn't doing anything. So like, we're having to make change. And so she texted Ashley, like, I want to go to 750 this month. And Ashley's like, why 50? Go for 100, because if you work, like you're going to go to 50. That's only as far as you're going to go. But if you're 100, she ended up getting like 69 or something. She didn't meet that 100, but she surpassed the 50. Because if she had said 50, she would have stopped it. So that's why I'm saying whatever you are setting, double it, because helping 3 people is freaking fantastic. That's what we all want to be doing every single month, but why stop at 3? You know? So we're all going to double them. We're all going to double them. And I said 50 because I wanted 25. So we've all got some work to do, but we can do it. And I think, guys, like for some reason, I feel like the momentum from everybody right now is really, really high. And if we just keep going, and start pouring into the challenge group. Go ahead, Liza, you're unmuted.
I was just going to tell you to mute Bethany because we can't hear you.
Yeah, I just did. Yeah. Like pouring into the challenge group. Like really, I went live today on the team page. Like the more you guys pour into the people in our group, the more fulfilled you're going to feel. And I feel like when we start like really focusing on helping those people and making sure that they're getting results, that's when like it kind of fuels us. I mean, for me, that's what gets me going. When I see people really getting results, I'm like, holy shit. Like I say to my husband all the time, I'm like, Tom, look at so-and-so, look at so-and-so. And he has no idea who they are, but it's amazing when you're able to watch that. So first and foremost, you have to take care of yourself. And then secondly, like pour into the group. Like if you are someone that might comment on 1 or 2 posts, go through and like really take the time to not just say great job, or even though that's great, but like take the time to ask them questions like, what felt good about today? What did you struggle with today? Is there something that I can do to help you today? Like, because it makes a big difference. I mean, Kelly Hoot just went live in our group because Liza had promised to hold her accountable to T20. Like, and they're not even, like Liza's not her coach, but that made a big difference to Kelly. So if we can really just start there and start focusing on our people and focusing on us, I think the rest is going to sort of take off. So for any of you guys that missed the live today, there is in our virtual gym, there's like an insight portion where I can see the top contributors to the group. And the way you get chosen to be a top contributor is by how many times you post and how many comments you leave on other people's posts. So the top 3 contributors by this Friday, if your name is in the top 3, then I'm going to send you guys a personalized water bottle because I think they're fun and why not? So it's going to be a Team Fearless water bottle. And I love making stuff like that because I think they're fun. Like our whole house is filled with water bottles, but I don't care. So let's focus this for the rest of this month, going into October or going into November to make our November huge. Let's really focus on talking to as many people as we can organically, not just through cold inviting, but like really finding your people. And I talked in one of our message threads today about finding hashtags. And I know that we've all talked about this a ton, but I was sitting at this table today while my son was having lunch, and I was like, I need to find new blood, because some of the people that I have following me are just not my people. So I actually typed in Vermont moms first, because I kind of grew up in Vermont. And then I typed in Maryland moms, the hashtags, and guys, I was like blown away with the amount of badass looking, like cool Maryland moms that are within my surrounding area that I would have never found otherwise. So for each of you guys, pick like one hashtag that relates to you, whether it be the town that you live in, the city you live in, the state you live in. Kelsey, how old is the baby now?
7 weeks.
So I know I see posts all the time, like 2-month postpartum mom or something like that. Like that would probably be a really good.
I do that one actually. Every month I like update it.
Awesome. So really finding that one hashtag, and just focus on one for now, because there's tons of people within those, but focus on one. Put that one on our team page. Like, let us know on the team page what that hashtag is that you're gonna focus on following people and connecting with those people from that hashtag. And the reason why I say just focus on one right now is because it was so easy today to message people. I was like, oh my God, I just saw the most amazing picture up in Stowe, Vermont. Like I miss that fall foliage so much. Are you from there originally? Done. Like, and that's going to start a conversation because I have something to talk to them about, because I lived there for a lot of my life. So I think that's going to eliminate the struggles of what am I supposed to say to these people? So that's our homework for tonight, to find one hashtag that we're all going to work on this week, connecting with people from. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Like, I wish Tracy was on. She just sent me a text saying her reception was just too bad, because I know she had questions about what to say after certain things. So does anybody else have any questions or comments about anything? How to improve the challenge group is a big one. I would love a lot more energy in there. Yeah. So if you guys have any, and listen, the virtual gym is not just mine or the people that have been in there for a long time. It's all of ours. So don't ever feel like you can't post. Like, if you want to post a challenge, post a challenge. If you want to, like, whatever, it's for all of us. So don't ever feel like you can't put something in there because it's not technically yours, because it is. Like, it's each of ours. So Liza, I know you had something.
I was just gonna say, I think like we could do something with giving away gifts, you know, because I feel like that works well, and it would be fun for the next few months.
Like, I tried to give away gifts for the past 2 weeks and no one completed anything. I was like,
Really? What have you been trying to give away? I didn't know about it.
I didn't see it either.
Really? I had it up in the announcements. Every day last week, if you danced your sweaty selfie, like if you took a little video of you dancing instead of like a picture, a sweaty selfie picture, I was going to give away a prize. And people did like the first 2 days and then not the rest.
Okay, see, that's the other thing. There's just so much going on in there that I miss so many things. You know,
I always put things in the announcements. I always mark it as an announcement if it's something I want people to see.
So does that mean that each time we have to be cognizant of going to announcements, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess so, because it's like a pinned post, except you can pin like 12 announcements at one time.
Gotcha. And people probably don't know that.
Okay, so we need to figure out a way to let people know that.
Yeah. But what I was like thinking, something for like each month. So like this is October, well, I'm almost done. But like something for people, I don't know, to just become active, and then I don't know, like we could send out something instead of eating candy for all of October. Whoever does something can get like how many beach bars or something like that, you know, and for Thanksgiving we could do something, and then
So
Christmas.
here's my question to you, because we used to do this a lot with our groups. Well, there was always a prize. The problem is trying to track it. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And I do know some coaches that have like an honor system. So they have a Google Sheets that's kind of pinned. I think it's actually, they keep it in the files or somewhere within the group. And when people go in and log their own progress, because I'm going to be honest, like trying to keep track of all of it is so overwhelming. That's why I'm like, I just won't do it anymore. Because I don't have the time to sit there and scroll through 1,000 posts and find out who did what. So do you think if we could create like a Google Doc and have people hold themselves accountable? I mean, it would be one extra step for them, but if they want the prize bad enough, they're going to do it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And just have like a simple point system where every day they just track their point up there.
Mhm.
Do you think that would work? Yeah.
Yeah, depending on like what we figure out that we want to do, you know.
Well, let's do something for the end of this, like for the end of the month, we could do like a week-long challenge, and then let's come up with something for November.
Even just how in like when we used to do the app, like on Sundays, you had to like, you know, like we did like this Sunday check-ins. Like there was like one group where like every Sunday you checked in on like how much you lost and how much your inches were just for the week. Like what if some people don't feel like every day, but like if they just, okay, keep track on your own, and then on Sundays you just report like what was your total for all of this stuff. And like you said, if someone wants a prize bad enough, like they're going to keep track of like what you're asking. But like
good prizes that people, I mean, like Alex and Ani bracelets, stuff like that. Like they were decent, I feel like. So yeah, if people, so do you think that would be easier doing a weekly? Having them check in?
I don't know. We can try either way. I just was saying like,
Yeah.
I remember when I was in that group, like, and before being a coach, like that was just like very helpful and motivating. I remember like when you first said like, oh, this group's going to be biggest challenge. Jay and I were in the car and I was just like, oh, I'll never win this. Like, but I'm still going to try. Like there was just other people that I just thought, I don't know, we're going to like win, like for no other reason than I was like, oh, that she's going to win. And then I ended up winning because I was just like so like motivated, and every week it was like a constant reminder of like, oh, I didn't want to be the one that didn't have anything to share. Like I didn't want to be the one that was like, nope, I ate a lot of ice cream this week, so
You're the milkshake girl.
I know. I've really stopped. Like I haven't had a milkshake. I don't know when. I don't know if I've had one in 7 weeks.
That's so awesome.
It's kind of weird, right? It's crazy. But so something like that of where not like you create the mindset of like, oh, well, everyone else did it and you didn't, but something where everyone just wants to really be included, and somehow like to see it, because like the dancing one and stuff, like I didn't even know about that.
Okay. Damn. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, it's hard. It might just have to be like a daily reminder.
Or even like if, you know, under that post, like tagging, like, I don't know, some people, you know, like some, like, I think we used to even do this too in one of the other, but like you would do a post and then tag like a couple random people in the group to like have them see it. And then, you know, you could be like, okay, now you have to go on and tag someone. Like you see how like people do like, oh, take a sip, send a sip, like something like that type of setup might be helpful to just get, you know, like how we did the accountability partners and stuff like that. Like that was always helpful because it was different people. Like you met other people and like someone would tag you and be like, well, again, they did it. So what's my excuse?
I loved having the accountability partners. So let's get back to that. I'm just writing all this down. All right. I'll work on assigning them. It might have to be, I would say like 2 or 3 like having groups of 4 maybe, because there's so many people and there's a lot of people that aren't active. So maybe if we had groups of 4, it might bring some people active again, which could be really cool. Okay. These are all really good things.
Yeah, and I was just thinking too, like for the Google Doc thing, I think that would work out because we did that for work. Like we went in and everyone's name was in there, and then if you wanted to each day, you would put a point if you drank your water each day, or if you moved your body for 30 minutes or whatever it was. And then at the end of each week, the person who had the most points was in a drawing for a gift card or whatever it was. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
And you guys did that on, how did you keep track of that?
It was on a Google Doc.
Okay. Because that's easy, right? I mean, I feel like you just give people access or whatever and make it public.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Can you do that like in our Facebook groups?
Mhm.
Okay, then yeah.
I mean, yes.
I have no idea.
I'm really not that tech savvy, but I'm sure we could figure something out. I'm pretty sure that you can. Because I've been a part of like, yes, I'm pretty sure that you can. I just have to look into it.
If not, Anna can figure it out.
Yes. Cool. Okay, so Google Docs. Okay, awesome. As far as the rest of this year goes, guys, my goal is to have us be a premier team. Do you guys know what that means?
No.
Okay, so premier team is a 2-star team, and a certain amount of elite points. I think it's like 125 or something like that. I don't really know. I'd have to double check. I try not to focus too much on elite points and that kind of stuff, but it's a 2-star team. And it just kind of means that we're all reaching our goals, which I want us all to do because we all have them, and we've all talked about them before. And I want to see you guys realize them, because I feel like, I'm going to be completely honest, like I feel like I'm a total failure if you don't. So, because I don't know, I feel like that's the point of all this. Like we all have these goals, whatever they may be, and if we're not reaching them, then I feel like I'm kind of letting you guys down. So, I know Liza is gunning for diamond, and you're so close. Bethany, are you still an emerald?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so diamond would be next for you. I know Anna's going for
Emerald.
well. And then Kelsey, are you back to emerald yet?
Yeah, I think so. I think I have, I don't know what, so like I can't get into, maybe do any of you have this issue? I can't log in and see any of my orders. Like when I go to my order screen, it just like never loads. And I've called and like Beachbody just keeps saying like, oh, we're working on it. Like they just keep sending me free recover because they can't figure it out, which is kind of awesome. But they don't know why I can't get into it. And so I went inactive, but like, so they just keep pushing my orders and sending me the stuff, but like it went inactive because I didn't technically have a home direct. And then she pushed my business fees too. So I called about that and they were like, oh, put in a ticket to fix it. So I don't know. I have 3 coaches, like 2 on one and 1 on a, thank you. And like they're balanced, but I don't know what happens when I right now I'm like inactive status. So
I'm going in and I'm looking right now at yours. Kelsey, you have 1, 2, 3. You have 4 coaches.
One definitely doesn't do anything then. in a nice way. Like she just like, can you see who their names are?
Yeah.
Does one start with a B?
It does, and that person's inactive.
Yeah,
and
she's like.
And the one that starts with an S is also inactive. So 2 of your 3 left coaches are inactive.
So does that?
Oh wait, so one active on your right and 1 active on your left. Should be an emerald, but it's saying you're not.
That's what I mean. Like I think it's because of all that stuff. I'm gonna try to pull it up. Where they messed up my business services, so it looks like I wasn't a coach.
Yeah. So that needs to get, yeah, that needs to get.
What browser do you use?
We've literally tried. Generally, I use Firefox, but I switched to Safari and Google Chrome, and it doesn't work on either browser. My iPhone, my Jay's iPhone, or the iPad.
So weird.
Yeah, they said that like a couple other people have it. No. Thank you. She's all good. Thank you. They said it happens to a couple other people, but they don't know why or how to fix it. So, and it always worked, and it's probably been, I don't know, maybe since like August or the end of July that it just doesn't work.
It's really frustrating.
Yeah, it is, because it's like I guess, like I don't need Energize every time, or I don't need every flavor every time. So I have like each individual thing that I would just switch for the month.
Yeah.
And and I can't see any of it.
So,
Huh?
I just want to pick her up.
Oh, she's just hot.
Okay, so Kelsey, you need to get to Diamond.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, it'll happen. So Bethany, Liza, Kelsey, you girls are that's your goal. I mean, Anna, it's your goal too, but you got to get to Emerald first. So
But she only needs one more person, so
Yeah.
she's like right there.
yeah, you're totally right there. And for those going for Diamond, it's just two people. Like it's just the same thing. Just keep grabbing two people. But anyway, that's my hope, is like to be a premier team. I know that everybody is motivated by different things. I'm motivated by, sometimes I feel like guilty saying this, but I enjoy recognition. Not because I like to see like names and lights or anything like that, but it just like validates.
It feels good. I mean,
I know I get weird about it though, because like, but it validates the hard work. Like it validates the fact that we work so hard every single day. And so that's what it is mostly for me. So I am motivated by recognition. I'm motivated by prizes. I like all that stuff. I'm like, I just do. Because I always need something to strive for. If there's nothing at the end of the tunnel, like then I don't work as hard. So, a premier team is a two-star team. But that's all of us working together to get there. And, I'm excited about it, but we have till the end of this year. So we basically have 2.5 months to get there. And, for those of you who, Diamond is in your future, if you get to Diamond by the end of the, oh God, when is the cutoff? I don't know. I think it's this month, but then you're also recognized at Summit, and it's a big deal. It's a big deal, and it's really cool. So
to do the conference, that's like the end of this month.
and that's 1 star.
Oh,
It's okay. Don't look at it like that. Look at it like I can freaking do this.
Do I count on anything for, like, if I was a diamond, like, do I make you a diamond or no? Or not like make you a diamond, but make a 1-star diamond?
No, you wouldn't make me a 1-star diamond because you're not my personally sponsored coach.
Oh, only person.
I
Okay.
would.
Yeah. Liza would, Bethany would. If Elise was a diamond, you would make her a 1-star diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but as a team, I mean, yes, it counts. It's just,
Yeah, no, I was just wondering how like that worked, but I forget that
Yeah.
personally
Yeah.
sponsored.
personally
Do
sponsored.
I add into like the leadership points or anything?
Not mine personally, no, but Elise's, yes.
See, I like, truthfully, and to be very honest, I have a very hard time with that. Like, I feel, as much as I am a part of like the Team Fearless and everything like that, I have a very hard time with that because I kind of just feel on my own with it because I don't get to contribute. Like you celebrate goals that like, oh, I was working also, but like I didn't do anything to like help you get there. Like I didn't do anything,
Yeah, but don't.
but it's like very, very frustrating. And I do find that like I think about it probably more than I should, that I just kind of just feel by myself on my own little like island of a team.
Yeah. Well, and I can relate to that big time because my coach is non-existent. And so I completely understand that. But you do contribute to the team wholeheartedly. And that's where all of volume comes in. If you want to look at it like statistically, like volume, you contribute wholeheartedly to the team. But you are going to be like me in the fact that I don't like when I hit diamond or when I hit 1-star diamond or 2-star, any of those that I had hit, that I didn't help anybody else personally because there was nobody there.
Right.
So I understand where you're coming from. So it's kind of like all starting with you, which
It's like one of those like,
really cool.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't matter, but it was just like,
yeah,
it's just frustrating. Sometimes I wish that like I had that like, oh, I benefit you, like you had people under me that benefits me, like, this very team mindset instead of just, but I guess you just have to create it.
You do. That's all. You just have to create it. And you already are. You are.
Yeah, slowly.
I know. And I'm going to try to cut this short very soon, but I think we talked about this before. And for some of you who might not really understand legs so much, or for those of you who might be watching later on, I am on an inside leg. So I have nobody above me. Well, now one person is, but there was nobody above me placing coaches underneath me. So, like when you hear weak and strong legs, like some coaches, like I'm in David Atkins and David and Kristen's downline, but I'm in David's first business center, which he does not work anymore. He doesn't add coaches to it. He doesn't do anything. So I see nothing underneath me. So everything that I've had to do, I've had to do myself. So, but if I was in David's, and so all of us are in David's first business center. If we were in David's second or third business center, we would see a ton of people being added to our downlines all the time. And sometimes people go, oh, that really sucks that we don't have that because we would have more volume, which means our paychecks would be higher. Like there's so many factors, but we just have to create that. And if you talk to David, that was also David's experience. He was on an inside leg. His coach quit. He had nobody building anything underneath him. He had to do it all himself. So just know that it's possible. We just have to do it ourselves. So yes, it's a little bit harder. We're going to have to work a little bit harder, but it's okay. Like we can totally do it. So I don't know if that just confused anybody. I saw Liza.
Yeah, I did not know that. And now I want to be like, David, start working your first business.
I know. But he had his first business center kind of where he needed it. And then in order to add volume to him and to bring all that volume up into his wife and everything else, like he has business centers for his kids.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
So yeah, well, his kids don't have them yet. They don't own them yet, but they will. Yeah. Which we'll be able to do it, when you hit 2-star, you can do that as well. But so we just have to do it ourselves just like he did. Mm-hmm. So we're going to get there. So Kelsey, I completely understand how you feel, but just know that it's going to start with you and you're building yours, and you are a part of this team, wholeheartedly a part of the team. So,
yeah.
All right.
So just random questions. So if we all hit diamond, we're all walking the stage at Summit?
Diamond, you don't walk the stage, but you get like your name up in lights, and it's a pretty big deal. 1-star, you start walking the stage at 1-star.
1-star. So that's whatever the crazy girl at Summit did. She was 1-star.
The crazy girl at Summit? Oh, Melanie.
Yeah. Okay, so she's 1 star. Okay, so our goal is to be 1 star by Summit to walk the stage together.
That's right.
How awesome would that be?
Yeah, it's so cool. It's the coolest thing. I mean, I did it 2 years ago. It was so freaking cool, guys. I mean, it's just a fun experience, the whole thing.
It is.
So that's 1 star is you're a diamond with a diamond.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And this is what you can do, Kelsey. Start working Jay. Get yourself emerald and then start working Jay's business. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to try to get my husband to diamond, so he'll be a solid diamond.
So easy peasy. I'm going to be diamond, and then Anna over here is going to be diamond.
So that'll make you your 1 star.
All right, Anna, let's do it.
So even when you're a lifetime diamond, like do you have another diamond on our team?
I'm a lifetime 1 star. Allie was my.
Okay. So you stay that, and then if you make your husband a diamond, then you'll be a 2 star lifetime diamond, or you'll just be a 1 star lifetime diamond again?
I'll get my 1 star back, but I get it back immediately as opposed to waiting the 6-week qualification. But if I get my husband back to 1 or get him to diamond, then I'll be a 1 star. And if Liza gets to diamond, then it's 2.
And it's like wildfire.
Yeah.
Then we're going to be unstoppable. I mean.
Right. You really hear the stories of I remember when Ashley Feldstein talked at Albany, she was like, it was once I was 2 star, it was like all of a sudden it just took off. Like you just had amazing growth.
You guys remember Kyra Carlin, who spoke on our call? She has the pink tips. She's very bubbly. She spoke on our Team Fearless call last year about how to her method on recruiting coaches. I don't know if any of you were on it, but she was a diamond when she spoke on our call last year. At Summit this year, she walked the stage as a 3-star diamond. Now Summit was just in June or July. She just hit 8-star this month.
Oh shit.
So it is that momentum. And it's when you find your voice, when you just find your voice and really believe in what you're doing and mentoring your coaches, that's when it hits. And, I don't always like talking all these stars and stuff because ultimately it doesn't mean shit, but sorry.
But it lights your fire. You know what I mean?
It does. It fuels your fire. And it, for me, to hit 2-star would mean I'm not working the bar anymore, guys.
Yeah.
That is, I don't, and I have to be very careful. I can't say that on social media because I'd get fired.
Yeah. So
I can't say those exact words. I talk about wanting to do this full time all the time on social media. I cannot say the words I don't want to work the bar anymore. But as a 2-star, that's what that would mean for me. So as much as I don't like to talk stars and lights and all that shit stuff, sorry, Sawyer. I know. It means something to me personally because it means that I'm going to be better for this guy and for my daughter because am I a miserable mommy on Fridays when I'm tired? See, shaking his head. I'm exhausted. I'm getting home at 3:30 in the morning and
I wasn't shaking my head. I was nodding my head.
Yeah, nodding. That means yes.
You said shaking.
Oh, whatever. But it's a big deal. So, and that's kind of where I would love for you guys to start focusing your goals. And I know we've talked about all this before, but it's not about the number of stars before my name, except for me personally anyway. But it does mean that I don't have to do something that I hate anymore and to still be able to support my family. So it is a big deal. So yeah, that's what all that means. Ultimately. All right, I have to pick up my daughter. She's done in dance in 5 minutes. So.
Oh no.
all right.
All right, so come up with your hashtag, guys, and put that on our team page so that we can all kind of hold each other accountable to that hashtag this week.
Sounds good.
All right. All right. Love you guys. Thank you so much for holding on tonight.
Bye.
Wait, picture. Don't go anywhere.
Oh.
Liza. Oh, well. Bye. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.